We're in London today. I had to be down here this morning for a couple of just work things, but I thought I would stay overnight, which is where I am now. I'm in the hotel, and just make a couple of days of it because I love London so much. I've definitely mentioned this about 100 times, but I used to live in London. I just think there's nowhere quite like London. I love the food, I love the coffee, the matcha. I love the way that every single little sort of pocket of London is slightly different and has a whole different vibe to it. And there's just always so much to explore. Even though I've lived in London for a few years, and even though I come so regularly, there's still so much of London that's new to me that I haven't explored, and there's always new things opening. So I just love it here. I really am a huge fan of London. So anyway, I just thought I would use it as an excuse to spend a couple of solo days in London. I love being completely left to my own devices. I like to just shop, wander around, explore, drink good coffee, drink good wine, eat good food. It just makes me so happy. But I'm staying at the Hoxton. There's a few of them across London. I really like the Hoxton just for when I know I'm coming down on a quick trip. It's just an overnight. I know I'll be out of the hotel more than in it. And I just need somewhere where you know what you're going to get, and you really always know you'll get a nice, clean, tidy room. It is what it says on the tin. If you were coming on more of a weekend away that was a real treat and you wanted to use things like the spa, there's obviously so many absolutely beautiful hotels in London. If you're just coming down and you're like, actually, we just want a bed to sleep in that's in a really decent hotel, then I would really rate the Hoxton. So I'm staying here, and the plan for today, well, I did have other plans for today, but it is pouring with rain currently. So I think we'll make today the shopping day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out from the hotel in a second, go to Borough Market, get some lunch because I'm just around the corner from there really. I like to shop either the King's Road, that's kind of where I used to live, that direction. So I just know it really well, and it has everything that I like really. I also quite like Covent Garden because Ella now works in Covent Garden, so I've got to know that a lot better, and the shopping's actually really good there, but obviously a lot busier. So there's that. There's Battersea Power Station, which is quite good now. Where else? Marylebone, love Marylebone. I would say Marylebone's probably my favourite. If I was ever going to live in London, I think I've said this before, but if I was ever to live in London again, I would love to live in Marylebone. Just to really quickly show you the room actually, just if you are coming down to London and wondered what the Hoxton was like, this is the bedroom. Plenty of room really for two people. This is just a cosy room, which I think is their standard room, and then the bathroom, a nice big shower, rainfall shower as well. So I think it's nice. I really like them, and I think they're quite tastefully done as well. My obsession with these cardigans, I now have them I think in 6 colours, which is probably embarrassing, but I think grey will always be my favourite. So cardigan, same vest tops again that I wear all the time. I have got a new scarf on. So this is from a brand called Lewis and Melly. And I just think it's really nice, and obviously goes with my cardigan. Same jeans I always wear, same these are actually Birkenstock dupes, they're from Zara Home. I need to buy some boots today or something else to wear on my feet, but one hack I do have for you is if you're wearing slip-on shoes like this, wear well, you can't see, wear your Pilates socks with them because it means they stay on your feet so well. Got a mix of 3 salads. So this one is a kale and spinach salad, quinoa and bean, I think, an artichoke, and then this one I'm not actually too sure. It's lentils, barley, I think. It looks really good. And then I just got one of these, they're called detox waters. They're just water with those ingredients in, so turmeric, lemon, and that sort of thing. absolutely love this leather jacket. I saw it as soon as I walked in, and it's exactly what I've been looking for so long. It's such like a classic, kind of 90s, I suppose, fit. I just know it'll be in my wardrobe forever. And then this is just my best top. I might really attractive bra. And then I've also tried on these. They are like a trouser, but a low-waisted trouser. And again, I think they're really versatile. I don't know how I feel about these. They're very low rise, but I like the dark denim. Okay, it's much later on now. I'm changed for dinner, but today didn't really fully go to plan, to be honest, mostly because of the rain. It just heavily rained pretty much all day. So I kind of spent most of my day sheltering from the rain and couldn't do some of the things that I really hoped to do. I also ended up meeting Ella for lunch in the end. I don't know if that was, I probably didn't say anything, I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I ended up meeting Ella for lunch because I couldn't find anywhere in Borough Market that did what I was feeling like. So we went to a salad bar. It was so good. It's called, can't remember, but I definitely filmed the outside, but it's really good. And then I just shopped. I did do a lot of shopping, so I've got a lot to show you, but I thought we'll do that tomorrow because the lighting in the bedroom is so orange that I just don't think it just wouldn't do any of the clothes justice, is what I thought. So I'm changed for dinner. I did buy this leather jacket today. I showed you this when I was trying it on. It's just such a classic silhouette. I really love it, and I know that I'll keep it for a really long time. Then I have my vest I've been wearing all day. I will link all of this. And then it's really hard to show you, but these are my jeans. They're exactly the same as the blue ones that I always wear, but they're in black. I bought this belt today though. I love this belt because look, it's reversible. I think it's so cool. This is actually a dark chocolate brown rather than black, but I mean, it'll do. And then my shoes I bought today, they're just very classic, like black leather boots, but they do have this heel and they were in the sale. I think they're about £40, which is really good. Did also buy these earrings. These are cos, and they're just really chunky. I thought I'd go for silver this evening for a bit of a change. I'm taking myself to my new favourite restaurant in London, which is LPM. It's so good. The food is unbelievable, and they do the best drink you'll ever have in your whole life, which is called a tomatini. It's like a tomato martini. Just trust me. I honestly have never tasted a better drink. It is so worth the hype. It's so delicious. So I'll definitely be having one of those this evening. That's the plan. I think I'm gonna get the tube, maybe not because it's nighttime, not sure. This is the bag that I'm taking with me, and I thought I would show you really quickly what I pack in my tiny bag for dinner. It's not very exciting, but I've got my hairbrush. This is an incredible hairbrush, but I will say it's just outrageously priced. There's no way around it, but I love the colour and it is a really good hairbrush. I've got my AirPods. I still, no matter how many different versions of AirPods I try, these are so old and they're still my favourite. And then this is a tiny little Merit bag that they sent, and I just thought this is so perfect. It was a gift with purchase for a while on Merit, but I don't think anymore. So I take out with me, these are my makeup essentials. This is a very dirty Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, I think it's called, Flawless something, airbrush, oh there we go, airbrush Flawless Finish in shade 1, that's my powder, and in there I've got an hourglass brush that I put it on with as well. My Victoria Beckham eye pencil, this is in shade Pecan, and it's all the eye makeup I ever really wear in the evening. My eyelash colours, they are the Shiseido, I think it's called, ones. My lip liner, this is the only lip liner I ever wear. It's the Refi one in shade Blush. I love it. What else have we got in here? I've got my Merit stick. Again, this is just ride or die. Absolutely never go anywhere without this. I use this. This is the only sort of skin makeup I ever use. I just use it to sort of spot conceal and conceal underneath my eyes. I stopped wearing foundation recently. That's a new thing. So I literally just wear that. And a Refi, this is just a clear gloss, just whichever one I had to hand. And that's everything that I pack. It's really handy that these brushes are mini and they fit. Good morning. Today is really looking up because I feel so much better than yesterday, and also the weather is so much better than yesterday. I know that last night I said I would show you what I'd bought yesterday. Really all I got was the jacket that I showed you yesterday that I'm also wearing today. You might be able to see these a little bit better in daylight. And then this reversible belt. This thing kind of twists around. I love this. And then my new trainers. These blue laces are a little bit out there for me, but actually I quite like them. And they're just chocolate brown suede. I actually don't know what the brand is. It was just in one of these kind of curated shops with loads of different brands. So when I take them off later, I will link them if I can find them online somewhere. But I really like them. Morning. Sorry for the abrupt change of scenery. We're obviously back at home. We're in the Cotswolds because yesterday, after I'd been for some breakfast and just had a bit of a wander around Notting Hill, I went to go and see a friend for coffee, which turned into a drink, which turned into, honestly, just sitting in one seat for 6 or 7 hours, just non-stop talking and catching up. I could not, neither of us actually could believe where the time had gone. How is it possible for two girls to yap 6 or 7 hours away non-stop, like without taking a pause, just constantly talking? And after that I thought I'd better run and get the train home because I was just worried about whether, you know, there would be any interruptions with the weather. The underground actually did flood at one point and we all had to get kicked off, but I don't think the weather was actually bad in London at all. So I would have been fine either way. But we're back home this morning. What I really want to do is, since I moved into this house, one of the things that I keep meaning to prioritise and really want to prioritise but just haven't found the time is really starting to make this house, I feel like I'm on repeat here, I've definitely said this before, but I really want to try and make this house feel like my house, a little bit more lived in, a bit more finished, because really I haven't done anything since I moved in. So that means on the top floor I'm still living out of suitcases, I have no wardrobes, half of my living space is just completely empty, I don't have a desk at the moment, I don't have any bookshelves or anywhere to keep my books, and there's just so much to be done. I have been looking over the last few weeks. I've tried a few different antique shops for things like the desk, I have tried looking online, and I just can't seem to find what I'm looking for. So what I thought I would do today is head over to Stowe, because in Stowe they have a Cotswold company, and there are a couple of desks at the Cotswold company and a couple of chairs, actually, armchairs, that I quite like. So I thought, let's go and see them in person, see what I think of them, and then maybe I can get an order in and actually start making progress with the house. Also, it's a really nice day, so I thought we'll just have a wander around in Stowe. I really quite like Stowe. I would say if you're visiting the Cotswolds, Stowe is definitely somewhere I would recommend. I think they have some really lovely shops there. So yeah, I thought we'll go and do a little bit of browsing / shopping this morning, just for some home pieces, and then I'll probably call in at Daylesford, need to do the dog walk. So that's roughly the plan for today. My hair could really do with a good wash. I'm also wearing a new colour / pattern in the cardigan that I love, which is in this checked pattern. I think this is really in this season because yesterday almost every shop that I went into in London had something in this this kind of check pattern. So I'll make sure I've linked this for you. Let's go and get on with the day. I had these in my basket online. They're only £12 and I thought they're quite pretty for spring. So I might get a couple of them. I do quite like this desk, but there's two things I'm not sure about. Number one, it is absolutely huge. And secondly, it's kind of whitewashed. And I was hoping to go for a bit of a darker wood. And this is definitely a very, very light wood. And then the only other option would be this one, which again is probably the perfect size really. But obviously it's this kind of design. This is what it looks like when it's closed. I do quite like this. Okay, I'm just going to call in at Daylesford because we are just down the road and I need to get a couple of bits. I thought I'd have some lunch. I only ended up getting the cushions in the end from the Cotswold company and then a few bits from the dog shop for Rue, of course. But it was useful to go because it was good to see those desks in real life. And I don't know, let me know what you thought of them. I'm undecided. I do have a chimney breast with nothing on in my living room. And you know the desk that folded down? That would actually fit perfectly there. So, I don't know. This candle smells unbelievable. And so does this wildflower one. Okay, we're home, and I thought I'd show you quickly what I got from the Cotswold company. Spoiler, it is all cushions, which is quite possibly the last thing that I actually need, but they were all in the sale and I just could not resist. So the first one that I got, there was only one of these, which is so sad, otherwise I would have definitely got more. But I got this kind of fringed edge, sort of greeny toned textured cushion. Thought that was so nice. This was £8, which is so good. And then I just got two of these cushions that I've actually been eyeing up since last spring. They're in this really gorgeous kind of ditzy floral print, and I just thought they'll look so pretty on the bench underneath the other window in the kitchen. And again, these were £12 each, which is so good. For now, like I said, I'm going to take the dogs out. It's a really, really beautiful day today. The sun has actually just gone behind a cloud, which is why it suddenly looks so dark, but it's pretty much been sunny all day. So I'm going to take the dogs out, make the most of the weather, and then I also got a delivery of books. So when we get home, I'll quickly take you through the books that I've got, because I think they're books that you will love. They're all very kind of like nature-based, and I'm so excited to read them. So we'll do that when we get back, but for now, let's go. Okay, hello. We are in the awkward sort of empty living space, the space that we were trying to find furniture for this morning, and I'm just trying to get the last little bit of daylight because it is now getting dark. I wanted to tell you about the books that I mentioned earlier. So let's go through them one by one, but I'm literally just going to say one or two sentences on each because otherwise we'll be here all afternoon. So starting off with this David Nicholls book. This is called You Are Here, and this is essentially a love story, but the whole story takes place, I think, through the course of conversations that happen on a walk in the English countryside. I've probably never heard of a book that sounds more like me than this one. And I got a poetry book by Mary Oliver. It's called 1,000 Mornings, and it's a collection of poems that are all sort of based around nature and the natural world. And I just thought, again, very me. All of these books, by the way, are Jack Edwards' recommendations. Jack Edwards has a whole YouTube channel dedicated to books and book recommendations. He did a video reviewing every single book that he'd read in 2024. There was probably 100 books or something, but these are the ones that stood out to me. So I also picked up White Nights, which I think is a book on love and unrequited love and yearning and loneliness. And again, I think the whole book is sort of told through conversations that happen between two characters. So it's meant to be really beautiful. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. And then finally, This book is called And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. It's by Frederick Backman. So I think this book is about the relationship between a grandfather and his grandson. And I think it's all sort of through the lens, I think, that his grandfather is sort of nearing the end of life and he is sharing stories from his life and life lessons and that sort of thing. So if that's correct, then I think this book has the potential to be devastating, but also has the potential to be a really, really beautiful, meaningful book. So that's what I picked up to read over the next few weeks, and obviously I'll let you know how I get on and whether I recommend them once I've read them. I think I'm going to leave this week's video here. Something I would really love to get your thoughts on. I am super aware that since I moved, obviously pretty much all of my content, bar this week actually when we were in London, all of my content has been very Cotswolds home based, which it always will be because this is my home and obviously where I spend the most time. But I am conscious that obviously because I have just been loving being at home and sort of exploring my new village and this kind of area of the Cotswolds, I have just been spending so much time here and a lot of the content has been here. But I'm super conscious that moving forwards, obviously, we don't just always want to be at home and always in the Cotswolds. So really just wanted to get your opinion on that and just, I guess, what you would potentially like to see more of, even if that's still home-based content, if there's any sort of areas of it that you think actually that would be quite fun to focus on. I mean, pretty much what I've always done and probably what I always will do is just film the weeks in my life as they unfold. But obviously I can pick and choose to share more of certain parts of my life and less of other parts if we're sick of seeing them. So just let me know. I always love to hear from you. And sometimes as well, you come up with ideas that are really fun for me to go and do and film. So yeah, I always like to just hear from you and get your thoughts. But like I said, hopefully this week was a little bit different because we were in London for a couple of days and I'm not sure what we're up to next week. So it will be a surprise to both of us. But I hope you have the best week ever and I can't wait to catch up with you then. Bye guys.